my husband, who used to work in Delray, and I do have strong ties here with Delray, my husband was a police officer here for over 10 years. His partner, Fred Glass, who retired, I think, about 2 years ago, knew of Len, and on September 10th, 2010, on September 10th, 2015, we were celebrating my husband's 10th year anniversary at the cemetery. A lot of his friends came over, and it was good to hear the stories about my husband. And Fred pulled me aside, and he told me that, how are things going for me? Am I working? And I said, no, I'm not working right now. And he said, that's interesting, because Len Gengel, who I know from Worcester, and Worcester is a small town, just to show you how this was meant to be, who's from Worcester, is planning to come to Boynton Beach to open an office, and I think he would be a great fit. So I thought, okay, fine, I got excited. I sent him my resume the same day. I didn't hear from Len for a long time, and then finally when I heard from Len, maybe a few months later, I'd say 1.5 to 2 months later, I found out that he had surgery, and that's why he didn't get in touch with me. So he set up an appointment for me, him, Bernie, his son, and Fred to meet at the French Bakery in Delray Beach on Federal Highway. So of course we met. I told him a little about myself, that I was a widow, had 3 grown children, about my past experience as it relates to business. And he went on to tell me about Brittany. Brittany was a 19-year-old young lady who unfortunately died in the earthquake, January 12, 2010 in Haiti. Brittany was on mission, and she died at the Hotel Montana. She did not get a chance to escape. Len told me to read about the story in a book called Heartache and Hope, and I strongly suggest that if you guys could get it, so please read it. He told me there would be tears and there would be laughter, and yes, there were a lot of tears and a lot of laughter. I got to know who Brittany was, and it was just so heartwarming to see, and the title of the book itself, Heartache and Hope. Yes, through this heartache, he brought hope to so many children in Haiti. He told me about his plan for the children, but that he was not ready to do anything in Boynton Beach, Florida. And that was fine, and we just stayed in touch. And then one day on February 4th, I remember because it's my daughter's birthday, my oldest daughter's birthday, we met at Josie's. And like he likes to say, as I was having a nice juicy burger, he said to me, so what are your plans? And I said, at this point in time, I have no plans, but I wouldn't mind going to Haiti. And I had no idea how the words came out because it was not my intention to go to Haiti. The only times that I've been to Haiti were for funerals and for weddings. But the words came out, and it's like a light just went out in Len, and then he just goes, really? And I'm thinking, oh my God, I really did it. And then he said, well, I might have a position for you. We need an administrator, and plus since I'm fluent in Creole, I will be assisting the director who was there at the time. So I said, fine, and the whole time my head is just going crazy because I'm thinking, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna go to Haiti? I don't even know Haiti or anything like that. So I go home, and as I'm celebrating my daughter's birthday, I said to her, guess what? I might be going to Haiti. And we stayed in touch. A few weeks later, Len called me and told me that we would be going to Haiti together for a couple of days because he wanted me to get a feel for the place before I committed myself. So I get to Haiti, and then we get in a van, and we're driving to Gagouave. Gagouave is outside of the skirts of Port-au-Prince, which is the capital. It's a beautiful drive to get to Be Like Brit. So as we're going up the hill, we have like these large blue gates that opened up. And I kid you not, from the moment the gates opened, something just tagged at my heart, and I knew this was where I needed to be. I didn't understand, but it was just so overwhelming. I'm telling you right now, I've got chills, okay? So we get down from the van, and as we're walking in, the kids, they start singing Hallelujah to greet us. I had to hold back the tears. And it was just so good to see them looking so lovely, and everything Len told me about the place was absolutely right. You have these kids, there are 66 kids, 33 boys and 33 girls, and to just see the love, and you feel the love, you feel the joy. And you know, even though we're listed as an orphanage, we're not an orphanage, we are home. Because when you think of an orphanage, you think of little orphan Annie. No, we're not even close to that. The kids are just so vibrant. So they all came to hug me, and they were asking me questions in Creole. And I stayed there for a couple of days. Len took me around. And then I remember some of the kids were saying to me, am I coming back? And I said, yes, I am. And they said, when? I said, I don't know, because I really didn't know. And I didn't want to disappoint them because very rarely did they get to see Haitian Americans come to Brit's home. We have a program, it's called the Brittionary Program, and this is where we have, instead of saying missionaries, we say Brittionaries after Brittany. We would have Brittionaries come over, before all this chaos started in Haiti, we would have Brittionaries there at least every other week, where they would come, they would build a home for a needy family, and they would get to hang out with the kids. So I said, okay, fine, let me think this through. So I get home, and then about a week later, Len calls me, and Len says to me, so what'd you think? I said, I love it. And then he said, well, when can you start? I said, next week. He goes, no, it's okay, you don't have to rush. I'm like, no, I'm ready, I wanna go next week. So I moved into Brit's home on March 8th, 2016. And let me tell you, what a ride it has been. The love and everything I get from the kids, it's just amazing. The staff, to see how, they're so thirsty for so much, and then sometimes I'll look at them and I'll be thinking, you know what, one of them could be my little cousin and I don't even know about it. And then I'll look at how, they're flourishing because now we have our own school, Brit's Academy, and we're trying to give them a balance between Haiti's way and the US way, which is good because our kids, it's trilingual, French, English, and Creole. And then, I'll look at them and then I'm thinking, my God, to think that some of them would not even be alive today if it wasn't for Be Like Brit. And some of them are aware of that. And they take such advantage of the opportunities that they're getting. Can you tell I love my job? I love our kids. I could be here all day talking about Brit's home. It's just such an amazing thing. I've been home now, it'll be close to 3 weeks. Given what's going on in Haiti, it wasn't safe for me to be there, but we do stay in touch with everything that's going on in Haiti. And Bernie Dangle, who's the VP of Technology, created Brit's Net. And that's like a little network, almost like Facebook started, just for the kids at Be Like Brit. So they talk to each other and they talk to me. And then he also gave the older ones email addresses. So now I'm bombarded with emails. So I got really 2 important emails. One of the cutest ones was from one of the younger boys. He's a teenager. So what he did was he photoshopped himself next to a private jet. And he said to me in the email, I miss you so much and love you so much that I'm coming to pick you up. So it was time for me to get home. And then last night, I got the most heartwarming email from one of our girls. And if you don't mind, I'd like to read it to you. Okay. Hello, Mom. How are you? For me, everything is okay. I hope you and your family are doing well. I miss you so much. I can't wait for you to come back. This morning, I heard your voice in the office in a meeting. I feel like I should run inside and tell you how much I miss you and how much I need your love. Not through this laptop, but in your real hands, because you make me feel like your real daughter, and a daughter can't really stay away from her mother for too long. I know sometimes in some situation, we don't have choice. It's better to do what we asked to do. I hope you'll come sooner, and please don't forget to greet your kids for me and tell them I love them and that I miss them. Every time I read it, the same feelings kept coming. So, I realized the importance of what I'm doing there. I'm a mom to all the 66 kids. They tease me. Some of them are so much taller than me. So now the thing is, one of them started, his name is Tuno, they would kiss me on the forehead. That's how they bless me every day. So all the taller ones, they start to do the same thing. I live at Brit's home in the orphanage, and sometimes I get up in the morning and it's like, I'm so tired. And then as I'm walking down the stairs, one of the kids would scare me because I scare easily, they'll follow me. Or I'll just get a hug and I'll get a kiss and I'll get an I love you. And to me, my story doesn't end here. It's just begun because it's just so much more work to be done at Brit's home. So thank you so much everyone for listening, and I'm